So, just tell you guys a little bit about the new B330 models that we're introducing here at the 2012 PGA show. Biggest change for these golf balls, as you guys can see, is primarily in the visual. The B330, B330S, RX, and RXS now feature dual dimple technology. You guys may recall this from the E-Series. We introduced this into the E-Series last year. And what we found is that aerodynamically, it was a no-brainer for us to incorporate it into the B330 models. You get a chance to spend some time in the booth. See, we have a couple segments where anecdotal information directly from our tour players talks about how well it performs versus previous generation, and in the wind, it's absolutely off the charts. Just a quick rundown of how the dual dimple works. Two dimples, there's an inner dimple. When the golf ball struck, the highest amount of airflow is taking place immediately upon impact. The inner dimple takes that airflow, makes the golf ball go up, forces it to its peak trajectory, gets it to that point, keeps it there as long as possible. But the outer dimple is designed to control actually the landing angle. You got to think about it like an airplane. An airplane doesn't want to come in at 70 degrees. An airplane wants to come in more shallow, put the wheels down, continue moving. That's the same thing that we're doing with that outer dimple. It shallows out the landing angle, hits the turf, continues rolling forward. So not only will the consumer see a big change internally with the golf ball, but externally they're going to have a visible change, and that dual dimple technology completely contributes to the aerodynamics of the golf ball. I think, as you guys both know, we segment our golf balls into two very different club head speeds, and it's primarily through ball fitting that we've been able to determine. You've got two models that are above 105 miles per hour, two models that are below 105 miles per hour.
Is that primarily a spin-based thing, in that the lower speed swingers need more spin to keep the ball in the air a little bit longer?
Well, it's a combination of a couple of factors. It's more core driven than anything else. So if you think about it, the slower your club head speed, the more difficult it is to properly compress the golf ball. These golf balls are designed for the players that you see all over our walls: Davis, Fred, Grant, all of which are generating well above 105 miles per hour. You know, the PGA Tour average, according to the data that we're fed on a regular basis, is 112 miles per hour. I don't swing 112. 77% of the people swing under 105 miles per hour. So although these golf balls are high performance and perform really well, they only work for a small percentage of the market. Get a quick rundown on these models here. These are both four-piece models, B330 and B330S. They're four-piece construction, as you can see here, but there's some big changes to the internal structure of the golf ball. First and foremost, we have a 20% thinner cover. As we're able to shrink the size of the cover, we're able to impart additional spin. 6% softer cover on the B330, 13% softer cover on the B330S. What does that mean? It means more spin for the average consumer. Now, just to be clear on these two models, B330 is a little bit more distance driven. B330S is going to be for the player that needs additional check around the green. So one benefit of the ability to be able to shrink the cover material is that to be able to keep the proper dimensions of the golf ball, we're able to actually enhance the size of the core. It does two things: reduces driver backspin, increases initial velocity. Initial velocity equals more distance. So these golf balls are in fact longer than previous generation, not only as a result of the core, also a result of the dual dimples, and they also spin more around the green. Matt Kuchar in one of the videos says, "It boggles my mind how the engineering department can give me a golf ball that spins more and is longer off the tee." But that's the only way that we're able to do it. Shrink the size of the cover, make it a little bit softer, increase the size of the core, maximize the ball speed. So two models designed definitely for the high head speed player, more tour oriented, but not to be forgotten, the B330 RX and RXS. These are our horses within this line. It's tour performance. It's just the same thing that Matt Kuchar and Davis Love and Freddie expect, except it's a softer core. So it works much, much better at lower head speeds. This golf ball is not four-piece, it's three-piece, as you can see here. It's three-piece because as you add additional layers to the golf ball, it becomes more difficult to properly compress the core. So this is a three-piece structure golf ball. No cover material change. The visible change is the dual dimple technology, as we've mentioned. But the biggest change in this golf ball is the inner mantle layer. That mantle layer is contributing to reduced driver backspin. As we reduce driver backspin, we're able to maximize distance, but as you reduce driver backspin, you also reduce the effects of side spin. The golf ball rotates on two axes, obviously. The backspin rotation, but it also rotates on an axis right to left, and that's what creates slice and hook spin. As you minimize backspin, you minimize the dispersion. So not only is it longer than previous generation, but it's straighter. Totally a contribution of that mantle layer and the driver spin reduction.
Okay, thank you.
How are you guys doing?
Good, thanks.
We'd love to do some kind of headwear giveaway, something with you guys if you have any interest. I know you said you had that core group of followers that you like to
Look at that.
take care of. Yeah, you came ready. I don't know how you want to set them up, how you want to see.
Yeah, we have what's called forum leaders that, you know, our guys are on there consistently,
Yeah.
really keeping stuff going and providing some
Yeah,
good
let's
content
say
themselves.
something.
And
For sure. Well, as you guys probably know, we have a staff of players with pretty distinctive styles, and so we are really excited to be able to take what they enjoy out to retail. In the past, we've seen some styles, especially from people like Matt Kuchar and Snedeker on tour, that our consumers haven't necessarily been able to find. So, taking their cue, we now have lots of color offerings. The Tour Wax Cap, which represented here, are Matt Kuchar's favorites. He actually contributed a lot to the colors that we do have. Davis Love has picked up on this royal blue hat. He wore them with those pink pants that got so much attention at the U.S. Open. And so they've been a big hit so far. We have a fall and spring line. So the spring colors are a little brighter, the fall colors are a little darker. Then we've released tour color caps. These are a couple of examples that are team colors. So red and black, obviously, for teams like University of Georgia. We have a purple and gold LSU kind of Lakers colored hat that have been really popular, and a fun way to represent the team you enjoy. So our headwear line is booming, and we're really excited about that. Happy to share it with you guys too.
great, thank you.
And then on our bag front, we've introduced 4 lightweight stand bags, and that's new for us. They come in under 5 pounds, great for walking. They're available in blue, pink, white, and black. So some options there as well. All the features you'd expect to find, really lightweight. And as you'll see, pops right out. We have the T-strap bag. They're padded, which is great with the water bottle holders. This is the perfect bag for the walker. But it does feature straps to lock this in if you want to put it on your car. So good option all around, and like I said, under 5 pounds. So that was great for us. And then our regular stand bag mimics the design of our staff bags, so you get the same look. This is available in white and black. It also has the T-strap back and the legs that strap in to go on your car.
What is that way?
This one comes in a little over 5 pounds. It wouldn't qualify as lightweight. Yeah. So these black and white, and then we've revamped our staff and mini staff bags. So it's the same design we've had in the past, same features and benefits from the bags. Yeah, we have one set up over there. But this year, for the first time, Fred Couples has requested a 9-inch, our gray staff bag. So we'll have a smaller one out on tour as well as our larger one. Questions. So there's click, text, or call options. So the click would be on our website. We have a small button over the left-hand corner that'll connect you right to our live chat program, which puts you in touch with Jim or one of our other team technicians. We have a phone number. That's the call piece of it. You can call in and talk to them in person or text. We allow you to text in a lot of times from retail. We put displays up, and so you're there, you have 4 models of balls, you're not exactly sure, you know your swing speed, but what's the difference in the B330 and the B330S? A quick text will get you in touch with Jim and his guys. Jim, you want to tell them a little bit about
yeah,
behind the scenes aspect?
Sure, I'm still in this chat, but this was an amazing bit of synergy, and this is what's great about the show. This is because the J40 irons have been so hot, so this was a guy in Texas looking for a set of clubs, and the Texas rep happened to be 6 feet away. So usually this might take a little more time via email or phone, but here's a guy that we just directed to his store who's interested in the J40 series, so that's cool. A lot of times we'll be talking about the golf ball because we're best known for that, and it's just a great way to interact with customers, and then also to provide them information after the chat via email. So it's a real value add, and people seem to really like it.
Slow, and you get down here, and it's so easy to take the business through a mile and a half away. You never go more than 35 miles an hour. It's easy to slow down. Come on, cowboy King. So see you after school. All right. My oldest Cameron is 3.5 now, and just, you've never seen a kid with so much energy, and it's just a blast to see him. Second person is getting like the spirit, the beauty about being here and the beauty about having kids is you get to stay a kid. I never wanted to grow up. I never wanted to have a real job. I always wanted to play. There's so many great.
Speed, 103 miles an hour, which is great. 96 is average. Your smash factor, 1.5, pretty much right in the center of the golf club. 13.8 launch, which is great. Ideally, want you around 12 with a little bit more backspin, around 2200. Not bad. You know, you're getting great distance there. We just want to increase that spin just a couple hundred RPMs to get your butt in the air just a little bit longer. So we're going to try the RXS. We didn't tee that up, just have that RXS.
What's that? 1
second, I'll tell you. Your smash factor actually went down to 1.46, so you did have a couple missed shots in there. 12.9 degrees of launch, but 2200 RPMs of backspin, so we did increase your spin. Similar distance, but if you look here, your spin rates, 1980, 1790, and 2850, 255, 268, 267, the Penta 267, 263, and 259. So, very similar. The RXS is just going to keep you a little bit more consistent at higher spin, softer core, and softer cover. Right. So it's going to perform a little bit nicer around the greens for you. Just keep it consistent.
That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Definitely the ball for you.
So you know I didn't hit it as well.
You did
went about
yeah.
the same distance.
Exactly, and that's because of the soft approach. So even when you're, off the center of the club face, you're still going to be able to compress that ball. I'm going to get you a printout right here. Show you all your averages. Those are for you.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's Is that pretty standard that everybody gets balls?
Yeah.
Fitting? So everybody gets a couple balls.
That's right. Yeah. That's nice. You can't make it go all that hard work for nothing. You want to listen? All right. Current ball. This is the all averaged out for you. Same numbers that we looked at on the computer. This is with the Penta. Head speed, ball velocity, launch angle, backspin, side spin, and distance. They hit a little bit of a draw. This is ideal. So with the RXS, swing speed came up, but your ball velocity went down. Obviously, you had a couple more missed shots in there. Launch angle, right at ideal. Lowered the launch, increased spin, 263, 263. But again, that consistency is just that softer core, just gonna help you out. Just, when you're off the center of the club face, you're still gonna be able to get that distance that you want by compressing that ball really well.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Appreciate it. There you go.